Hey guys, Mike B. Rolling here again. Had a couple of responses to that last video. It was a good turnout. I see a lot of names that I recognize. Guys, is OG's been around for a while. The first one was this might be the year, thinking about jumping, taking the leap, and becoming an owner operator. I have noticed that since the election, especially since the first of the year, the inauguration, because people had as of November. They knew, which way it went, and then by January, a lot of the orders. I've noticed a pickup. Things have picked up a little bit, starting to look up. I mean, we're nowhere near back to where we should be, or could be, used to be, that sort of thing. But I have noticed an improvement in freight. I've even seen a couple of rate increases on a couple of regular lanes, so that's a good sign. Seeing orders from customers that we generally only get called when they, the emergencies, that when they can't cover it with their trucks, they need help, they call us, I'm starting to see those pouring in, not pouring in, but, a few here or there. So that's always a good sign, when they're getting busy enough that they haven't increased their manpower back up to full strength yet. That's where the overflow, the emergency loads come in. But I see that it's going to continually, kind of just slowly and steadily get better. It's not going to be a whoop, which we'd all love to see, but I don't see that happening. But I see, first quarter is just going to be a nice steady climb. And, we get into the second quarter, I think that's when we're going to start seeing the growth rate improve a little bit better. But I would think by early to mid second quarter, we should be cranking this summer. I think we're really going to see a noticeable improvement by this summer, and by next winter, forget about it. We're going to be running pretty decent. My opinion, my humble opinion, my not so humble opinion. But yeah, as far as years to jump in, I wouldn't see a problem with that. I've said before, even during the slowdown over the last 3 years, that if you're, certain ways of getting into trucking, don't go into huge debt to start trucking right now. It's too tough. You will not survive. You have capital and you want to pay cash for a truck and jump in, and you've got purchase capital and operating capital to back up that purchase, repairs, whatever, right out of the gate. It takes time to get a truck bought, get it licensed, to get leased on with a company, get plated, permitted, and ready to go. That takes a couple of weeks with most companies. At least a good, quick, like the companies that I prefer, mom and pop companies, it's going to take you a solid week to get everything, paperwork done, get set up for orientation. Then you're talking into the second week, 1, 2, 3 days, however long their orientation is, and then you hit the ground running. But you got to be able to survive and fix. They're going to inspect your equipment, and that's another video I'm going to do, a third video, but about getting older trucks leased on. But as far as starting right now, I would say, yeah, as long as you can do it without going into huge debt and you can survive, as long as you got the purchasing capital and the operating capital to get started right now, wouldn't even bat an eye, man. Wouldn't bat an eye. Now's the time to get set up. And as for, for all these hands out here that's been surviving these last, if you're already in the trucking business and you survived the last 2 or 3 years, even 4 years, if you've survived the last year and you're still making it just by the hair of your chinny chin, but you're making it, you're surviving, you're set. If you made it through the last 1 to 3 years in the trucking business, you're going to be just fine. You've already learned how to operate a business with a hair thin budget. You're going to be fine. If you've survived through this last couple of years, nothing to worry about whatsoever. But if you're looking to get started, you've got the purchasing and the operating capital. You'll learn how to run a business in some of the tightest times that this country's seen in 50, 60 years. I mean, for real. If you can start a business and operate it with that low of a profit margin, when we pick up and get things start running solid again, you're going to be, as the Southern boys say, you're going to be shitting in tall cotton. But yeah, as far as starting in now, yeah, I think now's a good time. I wouldn't tell anybody not to, unless they're, complete dingus that don't know what they're doing. But, if you got a reasonable idea of what you're doing, jump in, man, head first. Y'all be good. I'm going to crank out a couple of videos here, but we'll catch you later.